Hello everyone. On my birthday this year, I went on a solo trip to the Great Smoky Mountains. Welcome to my channel. In my previous videos, I have mentioned that I have moved to Atlanta to pursue my masters. Atlanta has been such an amazing and vibrant city. So the fall has arrived and so did my birthday. Day after day, week after week, I am going through the same routine, taking care of daily hassles, and before I know, in a flash, another year has gone by. This has been the norm for the past so many years, at least since the time I have been in US. So for me, this has been a strange time of contemplating where I am in my life, considering how many life changing events have happened in past few years. Things have been tough. I decided on a birthday solo trip. Birthday solo trip? Is that even a thing? Wouldn't it be boring and lonely to celebrate my birthday alone? You may wonder. But I decided to do a solo travel to celebrate the biggest milestone of my life. The closest travel destination that I could think of during that time was the Great Smoky Mountains, because the fall has arrived and everybody around me were talking about how great and scenic view it is when one is in Great Smoky Mountains. The travel time was also manageable, which was like 3.5 hours to 4 hours drive. So I decided to visit this place. I packed my bags and headed towards the Great Smoky Mountains. The Great Smoky Mountains are renowned for their splendid fall foliage and fall colors. Visitors from all over the world come to this beautiful national park to see the fall color display. So I'm heading towards Gatlinburg, a mountain town in eastern Tennessee, which is known as a gateway to the roughly 520,000-acre Great Smoky Mountains National Park. Animals one can see in Great Smoky Mountains are moose, elk. As you can see here, people are just stopping their cars, getting down and taking down their expensive cameras to click the beautiful pictures of the wildlife here. The common animals that you can find around Great Smoky Mountains are black bears, bobcats, elk, moose, white-tailed deer, which are very common. They are wonderful to see in the wild. To my right, you can see a herd of elk. It's such a beautiful sight to find them in the wild. All the nascent and amateur photographers got down their car and trying to click a beautiful picture of these elks and the moose. There are some best places where one can see bears in Gatlinburg. One is Cades Cow. Cades Cow is the #1 spot for wildlife viewing in the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. Another one you can find is Roaring Fork Motor Nature Trail. This is another one of the best places to see bears in Gatlinburg. Most of the water comes from the 6,621 feet Mount Guyot, the second highest mountain in the Great Smoky Mountains. Water drops 100 feet over rock outcroppings and collects in a small pool where numerous salamanders can be found. The trail to the waterfall gains over 2,000 feet in elevation over its 4-mile course, and the 8-mile round trip hike is considered strenuous but well worth the effort. It takes between 5 and 7 hours to hike to the waterfall and back. The trail follows rushing rivers and streams for much of its length. The last 2 miles pass through an old growth cove of hardwood forest with large tulip trees, basswoods, silver bells, and yellow birches. Some tips for viewing the Smoky Mountain fall colors are: usually colors start to change at higher elevations first and then spread down to the trees on the lower elevations. Generally, this change begins for higher elevated areas in early October. The colors will peak within the mid and low elevations around mid October through the start of November. The first trees to change are the yellow birch, American beech, hobblebush, pin cherry, and the mountain maple. At the height of the fall foliage season, you can expect to see trees like the sugar maple, sweet gum, red maple, scarlet oak, and the hickories in all their autumn glory. After such a hectic travel, I finally reached Gatlinburg. This is the room where I stayed. This is Gatlinburg Inn. The wooden decor inside the room is beautiful. I quickly freshened up and stepped out to participate in few of the outdoor activities because it was still good amount of daylight. So I first rode the iconic yellow skylift chair, which is 1800 feet above sea level to North America's record-breaking Gatlinburg Sky Bridge, where one can experience the best panoramic views of an awe-inspiring Smoky Mountains and the lovely town of Gatlinburg below. I never rode skylift chair ever. This is my first skylift chair ride, and boy, I was so excited. One should definitely try this. The ride was initially scary because it was open skylift chair and there was nothing that you were fastened to. This is the sky bridge. Because it is evening time, the lights were already lit. As so many people and the kids were running on the sky bridge, elderly people were little scared because the sky bridge was shaky. The lady in front of me was little scared. So finally I conquered the sky bridge, passing through the 30 feet of see-through glass in the middle of the cable bridge. This strong lady deserves a mention here. She has been battling a life-threatening illness last year, and all of a sudden she miraculously overcome her illness. She has visited Gatlinburg with one of her closest friend, and here we connected so spontaneously. The trip to Skybridge has been memorable only because of her and her friend. It's time to go down the sky bridge through the chairlift. A brief walk of the parkway offers more opportunities for family fun than you can complete in a day. Within a short walk, you will find a world class aquarium, mini golf, and mountain coasters. Not only these, you have museums and arcades and countless other attractions for kids and adults alike. You can even fly over the trees in gondolas, chairlifts like this one, and aerial tram cars to discover mountain-top family adventures. Please plan ahead whenever you are visiting to Gatlinburg next time. You will find the largest selection of beer, wine, and liquor in the area. You can visit the tasting bar where free samples flow daily. I have come in this particular shop and tried few of the free samples. They were fun. I never heard about watermelon moscato. The flavors were just so amazing. These Tennessee homemade wines are local to the Gatlinburg folk. These wineries offer complimentary tastings. One can pick out their favorite vintage to take back to the hotel or either bring home. So many options and flavors to choose from. As I was strolling down the street, I found myself in this clock store. The store walls were lined up with beautiful and unique timepieces. Vivan is so obsessed with clocks that I was instantly missing him. I wish he would have accompanied me. By the way, do you know who is a horologist? Horologist is a maker of clocks or watches. After a long stroll, I was feeling hungry. I felt the craving for some ice cream. So I visited an old-fashioned confectionery chain selling chocolates and handmade ice creams. After deciding on a flavor, I got it packed and went back to my room so that I can sit and relax and enjoy the ice cream. The room where I was staying was nearby. That's where I was staying. And that's the Gatlinburg downtown strip. And this is the Gatlinburg Inn where I was staying. Coming back to the room and cherishing this yummy ice cream. The vacationers not spending the day exploring the national park can often be found strolling through downtown Gatlinburg, also called the Parkway. It cuts through central downtown Gatlinburg. The walkable street is lined with all the attractions, shops, and food needed for a perfect vacation. They say at Gatlinburg there is honey and then there is more honey. The nectar from different species of flowers produces honey with different colors, different taste, and different amounts of sugar. Visitors will find artisanal honey from all around the world at the Gatlinburg shop. The Great Smoky Mountains National Park is the perfect place to view leaves as they change throughout the season. There are multiple spots to take in the beautiful colors depending on how active you want to be. Let's start from the top. Klingman's Dome is the highest point in the Smokies at 6,643 feet. You can drive up to the Newfound Gap and for a 360-degree view, make the half of a mile walk up to the top of the observation tower. There is another trail known as the Chimney Tops Trail. It is challenging but worth the climb for the scenic view at the peak. If you are looking for a colorful view without the climb, Roaring Fork Motor Nature Trail is a great option. It is a 5.5 mile long, one-way loop road through the woods with some opportunities to stop at several hiking trails. There are also several overlooks throughout the park where you can pull over and take in the fall colors without leaving your car. The splendid fall foliage and the fall colors were so beautiful. There was a childlike joy when I was passing through these tunnels. How I wish there were more tunnels on my way. As I was passing by, something has caught my eye. So I pulled over my car just to take the video and the pictures of these gorgeous things. Aren't they looking so stunning in red? Such a soothing feeling when I hear the sound of the rushing water, like a roaring sound. The moving water has some kind of white noise, and each individual can hear a different song when the water is flowing like that. You know? Back to my nest. That's how I spent my birthday in the Great Smoky Mountains at Gatlinburg. Please subscribe to my channel if you already haven't. Stay safe and sayonara.